Hey everyone, I'm Steve. Welcome back to Kettle Haven Ranch. It's been a long time, but as we got through the summer of hell with incredible temperatures and absolutely no rainfall, now that we are into precipitation in the way of lovely snow right at the moment, I have more time to get in and do videos. So I'm going to be catching up on the videos on this channel. I have neglected talking about some of the safety things to check on your tractor. We're going to look at the big tractor right at the moment, and by accident I found this after I broke something else earlier in the year. The safety concerning our loader and our loader mounts and the condition of the mounts themselves. Quick backstory. I have a tendency to sit side saddle when I'm haying on the tractor seat, pushing up against the gear selector with my left leg. Well, I actually put enough weight on it and bouncing around, I broke it, which required me to get underneath the tractor and look up, something we don't normally do, but we should be doing. It's very important to check out your loader and the mounts, and also the pins on sort of out of sight here, you can't see at the moment, to make sure all your pins are in. From this angle, and the camera is a little lower than I am. It's about a foot lower, so at 5 feet. I'm about 6 feet, 7 feet from the tractor itself. Looking at the bolts, the mounting bolts, you can see they're all in. We're not missing anything. A casual look, this is how I do my inspection. But that one fateful day when I was underneath the tractor, I saw a crack. And it's actually more prevalent now because some of the paint's come off it. But it's still probably hard to see with the camera. And if you're not looking exactly at it, you'll miss it. I'll get in here and point it out. Okay, so I'm down here in the snow, and maybe you can see it. I can really see it now because the paint is coming off. But there is a line right here, and we'll get closer and show it. There's a line of crack that's about 3.5, 4 inches long that's going through the mount itself. I don't have anything bad to say about this mount or this tractor or loader assembly. More likely it's me doing stuff with the tractor, like pushing. I do not like really pushing stuff because if you hit a rock, you'll end up putting a lot of stress back here right where it's broken. Let me grab the camera, reset the camera again, and get it right down here so you can see the actual damage that's been done. From this camera position, you can see the damage quite a bit better. This crack right here goes all the way through, and that's easily 1/2 inch plate there on the mount. The maximum load on this particular unit is 2,000 pounds. That's for the load itself. The whole loader is about 3,500 pounds total weight. So it can have a payload of 1 ton. And it just so happens we buy our pellets, wood pellets for stove in the furnace, by the pallet. That's a tongue twister, a pallet of pellets. And doing so, I lifted this and I could see right there that crack expand, not that much, but enough to give me concern and have me lower the load and offload the pallet worth of pellets and take them up in smaller loads to the house. Well, why is this so important to find something like this? You don't want it to fail when you have a load. And especially this time of year, you put a lot of snow in that bucket. If you're moving snow around, it can be very heavy, especially when it's wet snow, like right now. We're at 35 degrees, and yet it is snowing, making a very wet, sticky snow that's very heavy. So I would not want to take a full bucket load of snow with this mount in the condition it's in. And I sure as heck don't want to be in the tractor when this fails. It could be very ugly. So how are we going to fix this? Well, I'm going to dismount the actual loader arms. That'll be dismounted and put aside on its storage brackets. And then I'll come in and I'll start removing the different mounting bolts here to get this whole knuckle assembly or shoulder off the tractor. Then take it in and have it professionally welded, because I'm not going to trust my welds to something this important, and which will V out the crack. They'll fill it in with fillets, and then they'll put plates over both sides when you have them weld extra plates on for extra strength. At the same time I do this side, I might do the other side, since I'll have it all apart and broken down. Might as well just get that extra plate, extra strength on the opposite side at the same time. If this appears to be a weak spot in the system, don't want to take chances in the future. All right, let's move along to some other things I found. This is from a casual inspection, but worth noting. So I got to move the camera. Here we go. So sorry about the wobbly camera here. I'm just going to hold this by hand. Looking at some of the pins, you want to make sure all your pins have their clips, their C-clips in it. And it looks like I'm doing very good on the loader right now on clips. Although I do see one that is missing, and I also see a very important pin that's missing. Let me move the camera around here. Okay, this is some dreadful videography here. This is the shoulder right here, shoulder mount. Let me get down here and point. You can see my hand in here. Where am I at? Right here on the right side of the tractor. And this big pin back behind, let's see if I can wiggle myself in here, is the pin that holds the whole tractor arm on the loader together. Hopefully that's coming across in the video. I hope it is. There should be a cinch pin in here holding this in. So that's, don't ask me how that popped out, but it has popped out somehow. Maybe some brush, something grabbed it and pulled it out. This is a pin that's going to be pulled out when I actually dismount the loader to do repairs on it. So I'm not too worried at this time, but I want to make sure that I get that pin in there when I reassemble it. I've moved over to the back blade. Here's another chore I have to do before I really get into the winter here and a lot of snow removal. I need to pull off the back blade and make some plates here and do some heavy welding to weld up these cracks. This is the, well, pinion or axle coming straight down that the actual back blade rotates on, and it is breaking apart. A couple reasons for that. Number one, this thing is ancient and it has not fared well over the years. In fact, it was buried in a big pile of dirt when it was found and put back into action. So it's had a lot of rust. Somewhere, one of the previous owners did a lot of welding the old-fashioned way with look like coat hangers and a couple 12-volt batteries hooked together to give them 24 volts. Pretty ugly welds on the other side. Nevertheless, I do need to fix this, so I'm going to have to plate it over and weld it shut as best I can, then plate it over to reinforce it, and I'll get us through another winter. But that is one thing to look at before you start plowing, is the actual condition of the plow. Mounting wise, let's move the camera around. I'll show you something else that comes up. Let's look at the 3-point mount here. As you can see, we have the arms down that the pins come into, and that hooks in with a cinch pin to hold it shut or hold it together. These pins can loosen up. Make sure your pins are tight. You don't want those coming apart while you're using your tractor in pulling snow. What a mess that would be. You want to look at the condition up above at the top link, how the top link's condition is, and make sure that that's mounted correctly. And then one thing I haven't done yet, which I do like to do, I've still got the drawbar back here. I got the drawbar from the hay equipment. I want to pull that out. I'm going to pop the pin in it. It'll slide right out. I'll get it out of the way. That gives me more room in here between the back blade and the tractor to keep from getting piled up and messed up in snow. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Please like and subscribe, share with friends if you need to. I appreciate it. Other news, we are starting up our Amazon Associates again. So there will be links down below for camera equipment, etc. Anything we happen to come across in the videos, I'll put links down below if you're interested in shopping there. I hope everyone is going to have a nice fall and winter of 2021, and we'll see you guys after Thanksgiving. Take care.